Are we live? Yes, we're live. Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Masha. The Cousin Knit edition. Oh, damn. Mm. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Masha. Mm. Hunter, you were first. You win. Congratulations. Congratulations, Hunter. Everybody give Hunter a round of applause for being the very first person to hit the thing to be in here. Teresa, Bredazzle, Jane, Rescue. Wow. Ghost Lincoln. Yes. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Lackluster Fridays. Congratulations. You survived the week. The weekend is now yours. Please hit that thumbs down button and fuck you. That's right. Thumbs down. Fuck you. Someone's pissing you off. Something's pissing you off. Give them the finger. It's also a very acceptable greeting around here. You know, you number one in my book. That could be us. What's going on? Tigger. What's going on? Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Lackluster Fridays. Yes. Men enjoying some candy corn infused vodka. What? Oh, shit. Candy corn infused vodka? Like you got vodka infused with candy corn? How's that? How do you do that? Right? That's how I'm reading it. That's how my simple little mind here cooking and listening. And because I know you'll ask, hot dogs, mac and cheese for the kids. That's amazing. Outstanding, Teresa. We love our food porn here. Yes, we do. Mm. Yes, so congratulations, folks. You survived the week. The weekend is now yours. Go. Mm. Mason jar. Put candy corn in and add vodka. Wait a week. Waiting to go to work. Wow. Carolina Country Homestead 101. What's going on? Yes. So, yes. Man, we know what you do. Ooh, just got done with a burger and some fries. Damn, y'all eating good. I had an amazing Majik. What's up, Majik? To Cleveland Visions. What's up? Homegrown homemade zucchini fritters. Wow, Majik. Awesome. Awesome. Wow, amazing. I am doing well. Paul, how you doing? Drizzled with lemon salt and onion powder, garlic, paprika. What? Garrett, what's going on? Grit and Grace. Pizza. Carolina, you had pizza. Cigars to Memphis. It's been to get real, right? Oh man, I know about some Memphis dinner thieves and things of that nature. Four corner hustlers. Oh, that's crazy. That's some crazy shit. Yeah. Did you get your cut? My cut. No. I got my boots on. I went to Morel's. Or Morel. Oh, got my boots in. I went to Morel. They were a little cheaper. Oh, okay. Morel. I have to look them up. I think I'm familiar. Hell yeah. Way to go. Swedish fish. Ooh. SJ Alexander, what's going on? Yes, I seen it in the email, Cleveland. I haven't done the voiceover yet. That will probably be done. I've got so many things in the works. I'm trying to I'm trying to do some things right now. And it involves W-2s and all this other stuff. It's PDAs. It's crazy. Meat Puppet, what's going on? Yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome to Lackluster Fridays. Congratulations, you survived the week. The weekend is now yours. Men, we know what you do. You come in the house, kick off those work boots, you take off your hard hat, you take off your safety glasses because you're warm during the commute, and you wondered why everything was so fucking blurry and why there's smoke in the air. Where you wore your fuzzy ass, your scratched up safety goggles. Holly, what's going on? Go ahead and kick off your boots. Go ahead and drop trowel. Go ahead and shirt cock it around the house. Men, find yourself the couch or a place that your significant other, your wife or your girlfriend or whatever sits, and then just sit right there, just nasty balls and ass, just right there in right where they sit. And just kind of mush it all in, work it all in, prop your feet up, man. Go ahead and grab, pick your toes and smell it. Man, we're just smell your armpits. Woo, good Lord. But, before you take that shower and all that, grab yourself a tasty beverage, prop your feet up. Congratulations, you survived the week. The weekend is now yours. Skull. Mm. Ah. Mm. Women, we know what you do. You do something kind of similar. Your ritual is something similar. You come in the house, you kick off those medieval torture devices you call shoes. Maybe you're wearing a skirt, maybe you're wearing pants, whatever. Go ahead and drop all that. Go ahead and shirt vag it around the house. Of course, you take your purse, and you throw it in the general direction of the couch. It hits the couch, opens up, and falls on all the contents. Falls on the floor. Your big ass purse is inside that big ass purse. Is a little ass purse, right? All your like expensive fucking eyeshadow that came from the Himalayas, that you paid $70 an ounce for. It just fucking spreads all over the place, all over the couch, all over the carpet, permanently staining everything. Fuck my life, right? But ladies, I know that you find relief somehow, some way. The bra comes shooting out from underneath your arm, hits the wall, hits the cat. The cat sits in the bowl, licks himself clean. Ladies, go ahead and grab yourself a tasty beverage. Find where the man sits, right? Maybe he's got a lazy boy, maybe a speed on the couch. Go ahead and sit your nasty vag and tush, smelly tush down there and rub it all in, right? Get that smell going, get that funk, because you want him to be like you want him to sit down and go, what the fuck, right? Ladies, go ahead and prop your feet up, grab yourself a tasty beverage. Congratulations, you survived the week. The weekend is now yours. Skull. Welcome to Lackluster Fridays. Thumbs down and fuck you. That's right. Please hit that thumbs down button. That's right. Thumbs down. I'm the only live stream that asked for your thumbs down. Right, Hunter? I mean, the ladies know. The ladies, they've been smelling it all day. Just like we've been smelling our balls and ass all day. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We smell it. We're like, oh, God. I need to sit back down, cover that shit up. E4 Mafia. I was never a part of the E4 Mafia. I was part of the E3 Mafia. That's right. Lance Corporal Mafia. We outrank everyone. That's right. We bring it. We bring the pain and the shenanigans. We got a lot to discuss. I'm thinking about just now. I'm going to have to. I'm gonna do this live stream, and fair warning right now. Dan H, what's up, man? Helicopter. Yeah, right. I'm going to forewarn you right now that at some point in time, I'm going to end this live stream because I got something else I gotta do, and I do not know the time of said event. But when I do find out, this live stream will end. So but we've got some time, right? We got some time until that event happens, until the event horizon crosses over, and we get to see the comet in all its splendor. Yeah, we got a comet out there, folks. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it either, but it's changing color. It's moving around. It's doing what comets do out there. What's up, Debster from New York? I was the E6 Mafia. Damn it, Dan H. Yeah. The E6 Mafia. Yeah, see that's the whole thing about the E3 Mafia is that it was us against the world, right? From E4 it's NCOs. It's so the Lance Corporal Mafia, and with some privates we had some boots, right? We had some boots under our belt, so we had more troops at our disposal than say the E6 Mafia, the NCO Mafia. Right, but the NCO Mafia had all the power and could make our life living hell. And like, hey, Lance Corporal Schmuckatelli, guess what? You've got duty this weekend. Congratulations. Sorry, you're not going to go see your dying mom, nor are you going to be able to go get drunk with your friends. No, you have duty all weekend. Go report to Gunny. Yeah, good luck. Or there was always the working party. Oh, yes, the working party. Yes. Oh, it's 16:30. Yeah, 16:30. That means, yeah. Oh, shit, it's time for us to clear out of here. in the rear with the gear, right? And we've cleaned all the weapons. We've field day our rooms. Oh no 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 no. Guess what? Lance Corporal Turner, you report to supply. They've got a special job for you. Yeah, go see Gunny. He's got some work for you to do. Yeah, so yeah, E6 Mafia, the NCO Mafia can make our lives a living hell. Yeah, right. Uh, yeah, I have comment under my sink. There you go. Good kid Karma. What's going on? Cherokee Survival. What? December 17th. What is your birthday? Wow. Really, Cherokee. Show and tell. What's going on? Rabid. Who else we got up in here? Staff duty. I got to wear a pistola, right? Yeah. Uh, I have to say, when they wanted to shaft me, they would put me on the rifle range. No, the pistol range, right? My working party on weekends was pistol range. It sucked, but it was pretty cool. Zombie Force, what's going on? So if they really wanted to fuck my weekend up, they would send me to the pistol range, and I was the range officer, and me and two other unfortunate souls, and we had to what the pistol range on the weekend consists of is all your NCOs and all your officers have to qualify, and so they have to go and get this qualification, run this course, and I'm the guy that tells them, all right, stand on the firing line, weapons safe, cease fire, make condition 1, make condition 4, move off firing line, unload to clear, fucking fuck you, sir, you suck. I wasn't there to give instruction. I was just there to run the rifle range, right? And they had people in the pits. Well, no, there was no pits. It was just basically a berm, right? And so you get to see your score right there. So it was it was cool and sucked at the same time, But yeah, that's how they shaft me. But I got to shoot a lot, because they're like, oh yeah, we got all this rounds, let's get rid of it. Boom, 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 right. So yeah, that was my life. Yep. How I 223 become a 308. Let's talk about that. And I'm not gonna let anybody up just yet, because I wanna throw my little 2 cents in here. Maccabeus, what's up, everybody? So yeah, everybody's talking about this assassination, right? Everybody's talking about it, and I'm gonna speak to you knowingly. It was an assassination, and it was pre-planned. It was not only was it pre-planned. Usually, what we've seen in the trend for these dumbass shooters is they get out there and they do some dumbass shit, and then they unalive themselves after the shooting, right? This one, the planning went all the way to the point where they get away. Wow, imagine that shit, right? Right? I mean, and you see kind of like if you kind of pre after action report it, you see how what the weaknesses were, right? Kind of like SEAL Team 6 going in and putting a paper bomb on a nuclear reactor and saying boom, whatever, we're stealing an F-35 or some shit. It's kind of like, oh really, they got away with that? Damn. And he got away with it. Or did he? I mean, I cannot believe what they're saying. I just can't. What I know is he was assassinated. A influencer, a conservative influencer, a someone that they deemed as a voice, right? Was assassinated. The opposition. This is Subversion 101. This is Communism 101. This is Marxism 101. That's what this is. That's what this is. They silence the opposition. They silence them by either imprisoning them or putting a hole in their head or neck. Right? In this case, it's a neck. My guess, it was a very bad shot. He was probably aiming for the head, aiming for the chest, and you know, the didn't account for the inclination, the elevation, didn't account for the elevation or the windage. So boom, there you go, got him in the neck. Still a good shot, right? So it still got the job done, and it was public, right? Assassin's Creed, anyone? Right? That's the whole thing behind the whole jihad. Yes, the jihad. The idea of the jihad was it was absolutely fearsome, and how this little small jihadish group, Assassin's Creed, which is Assassin's Creed's based on, this little fortress in the mountains, which the Mongols took out. uh, but they didn't kill the ideology, right? And that's the idea that these guys will plan meticulously, you know. And funny enough, the word assassin comes from the word hashashin, because it was a derogatory statement, a derogatory term. They believed that this group sat in their tower, in their fortress on the mountain, and just smoked hash all the fucking time. Like that they believed that they were just massive hash heads, and so hashashin, like those who smoke a lot of hash, and then methodically plot a political figure's murder. Really? And they want to legalize pot? Really? So yeah, I seen Valhalla's. But yeah, there's a lot of questions, right? I mean, it's obvious we're being given a load of shit. Here, believe this. Here, believe this. What I do believe is that a political influencer, a voice of reason, and he was actually doing really good stuff, right? He was making leaps and bounds with the youth, the community, the youth, because that's what it's all about. I know, hash killers, hash smokers. I mean, hashashin, right? Those who smoke hash and do this thing, but they practice jihad, what was called jihad, which meant that they would literally show up. They would implant themselves in the king's court, be the royal butt wiper, work their way up to royal crown holder, right, and royal scepter giver. And then as soon as the king comes out to make his speech, sink, 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 they stab him 20 times in the neck. And then, they go, ha ha, we got you. I am a Hashashin. And then, of course, they get, ran through with swords and arrows, and they don't care. Like that's what they did. They know they're going to die. That's what they did. So this is a little different, right? This guy actually got away, right? Well, maybe he did get away. Maybe this guy is just some guy they picked. Hey, that guy, we're gonna make him the patsy, right? This thing has all the markings of JFK, the JFK assassination. There's so much crazy, stupid shit going on that just don't make sense. That speculation upon speculation upon speculation is going to fly, and conspiracy theories are going to run rapid, and it's going to literally just cover all the facts in mud, right? A conspiracy, a level of conspiracy theory in mud that's going to just continuously pile on. Nobody knows. And the ones who actually did it are going to just be sitting back, snickering, drinking their brandy, smoking their cigars, going, ha, 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 we got that motherfucker. That's what they're doing. What's up, PJ? Yep. I mean, it's you've got now there's the so many different all the that's how they cover things up. It's not cut and dried. It's not cut and dried. The guy got away for 33 hours. They did not have anyone, in custody. Well, they had this old man, which I think they should look at more. They had some other people I think they should look at more. The one guy that jumped up, all these people that just started, going, yay. Yeah. I mean, for something like that, That was not a lone wolf thing. That's a team. That's a team effort that they put together to make this happen. Now, the dude, the patsy, the one that got caught, the one that's going to take the rap, right? We won't hear about him for, we're going to hear about him. We're probably going to see a trial. Maybe we won't see a trial, and then that's it. We won't hear anything else about it. It'll be gone, swept under the rug. Edward, what's up? And he'll just be a distant memory. Every now and then they'll bring him up, like, "Hey, remember this guy? Hey, remember this guy?" But we see what they're trying to do, right? Is to create the destabilization, demoralization, destabilization, crisis, victory, or normalization. That is what subversion is. This is part of it. The assassination of key influencers in the land is, what's up, Jab Neil? That's part of it. Go ahead and take them out. They tried to take out, the El Presidente, right? They tried to take him out. They tried to take this guy out. They did take this guy out. And then of course on top of that, it just compounds all this stuff. What's up, Love and Life? And anything else that happens plays to their favor, right? Any kind of little, like of course the unfortunate evil act of that one guy on the bus with that young girl. It's just amazing. I mean, that's truly disgusting, right? Truly just heartless, cowardless, act of violence and evil. And so of course, that's going to make news, right? Oh, here it is. Look at this, right? And then on top of that, right behind that, boom, this major influencer gets hit, and gets taken down, taken out in front of his family, in front of his kids, in front of the whole world. I mean, man, that's what they do. They make these statements and they sacrifice these people. So, Robert, but what we also see is this massive push, right, from the useful idiots, right? This is the useful idiots, right? The useful idiots are on social media and they're celebrating. Oh, yay! They're singing, they're dancing. Yay! He's dead. Ding dong. This dude is dead. They're celebrating. That means that they've been infected with the subversive virus, right? So it's also a litmus test for those who doing the subversion, right? That this country is primed for social unrest. Primed. It is primed. Now they need more social killings, so to speak. So more hashashins. More hashashins need to come out on both sides now, right? So that's how it works, right? Okay, boom, they got this. We just seen this assassination. Now there has to be a retaliatory assassination, right? Whatever, whoever, doesn't matter. Now the subverts, they're going to act a fool, raise hell, burn, have another summer of love and act. This is uncalled for. This is unjust, and calling everybody fascist and racist when they themselves are the ones promoting the fascism and the racism and the division. It's all about the division. And so that divide creates the destabilization. You understand? Which leads to the crisis. Now, that alone is not going to do it. What's going to do it? It has to be a compounding thing. It's got compounding factors, right? So yeah, you're going to have riots in the streets. Okay, all right, sure. Riots in the streets, they're left against right, whatever, black against white, gay against straight, whatever the case may be, and what that does is that gives cover, like smoke screen, for all these other little groups to get started and do their thing, right? The little splinter cells, if you will, to activate and wake up and go, hey, let's take out some infrastructure. Yeah, it's a great idea. Nobody to see it because we're right in the middle of a fucking, a riot, right? There's a riot in the streets. So hey, let's go take out the fucking water system. Let's go take out the power grid. Boom, 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 boom. And of course, what that does, if they keep it on going, that affects the economy to the point where businesses and owners, of course, their shit's going to get burnt, right? Or they're going to shut down. They're going to shut shit down because they don't want to get fucking, get robbed, get looted, right? Which they're going to do anyway. A majority is going to get robbed and looted. In that area. I mean, it's just the way it is. Total mass anarchy. Not even I don't even like to say anarchy because for me it means something totally different. Rock steady. What's going on? And it adds fuel to the fire, and it creates that economic disruption, right? So now you're paying $100 for a loaf of bread. There's no gas, right? People can't go to work. That's when things start to get real. It's not all this like little just fighting in the streets and a little person dies here, a little person dies there, talking head here, talking head there. No, that's not it. No, it's more than that. It's a compounding thing, and that sets the stage for everything else to fall into place. The domino effect, right? And that's what they do, and that's what they want. They want that to happen, but they want us to do it to ourselves. That's part of it. That's the smoke screen. Will it be a civil war? No. No, it will not. No. It's not gonna be your classic civil war. We already had one. That was the North against the South, right? There was a distinct line. There were distinct players. There is none. There is no distinct line. There is no distinct players. There's no territories, right? There might be some enclaves here and there, but it's going to be basically it's to instill hate and hatred into your fellow American. And that's what they're doing. And it's working to a certain degree. Now, the majority of Americans are families. Think about that. Majority of Americans are families. They're a family unit. A mother, a father, some kids, some dogs, some cars, some suburbias, right? Some land, a job, maybe there's college involved, right? The majority of Americans do that shit. How do you disrupt that? That's hard to do. That is hard to do. It has to be done through an economic crisis and or another crisis like, the violence. The violence is the small part of it. Very small part of it. In any war, in any conflict, the actual violence is the smallest part. There's so much more going on behind the scenes. So much more. But the violence is the fear part. And it creates that divide. We all know the saying, well, what kind of American are you? That's the question that they want everyone to ask. What kind of American are you? And it's diabolical. It is absolutely diabolical what they're doing. And they've done it many, many times over and over again throughout history, throughout numerous countries, throughout numerous timelines, different types of people. They know how to do this. But our founding fathers knew this, and they instilled upon us the ways and means to stop it quickly, very quickly. And I'm not talking about violence, none whatsoever. We can literally just turn our backs on them. Turn our backs on them and carry on with our lives. And they don't know what to do. Compliance is what they need. Tyranny requires compliance. If there's no compliance, tyranny has no leg to stand on. So what does it take? What does it take to be non-compliant? Well, you literally turn off your fucking phone. You literally turn off your computer. Literally turn off your TV. I don't know what's going on. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Being thoughtful, mindful of what you consume. Our money. We yes, our the system that we have, the Federal Reserve System, is bullshit. Everything is bullshit. Everything. We know this. We've been knowing this for years, for decades. It's all bullshit. What's up, Tactical Muffin Top? It's all bullshit. It's a game. It's a rat race. It's the great preoccupation of the American people. So we have to take charge of that and have an ideology. Oh, is this made by so and so and so and so? Well, I'm not going to buy that. I'm not going to participate in them. I'm not going to give them money, my hard-earned money, which is bullshit. The whole concept of money here in America is bullshit. I'm not going to do that to allow them to destroy me. What's up, JD Preppin? I'm not going to buy that cereal. I'm not going to buy that car. I'm not going to buy those shoes. I'm not going to buy that shirt. I'm not going to buy that house. What do you mean I got to pay these? Fuck you and your taxes. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to move. Fucking somewhere where there's no, little or no taxes. More things need to happen. That's how you do it. You go to your. If we stand up and have this ideology, like, nope, I'm not going to participate in this bullshit. So, Sandy P, that's all it takes. I'm not going to buy her product. This is made in China. I don't want it. This is made in Russia. I don't want it. Oh, this coffee is they gave money to Blim and Aunt Quifa. I'm not drinking it anymore, and I'm going to encourage others to do the same and shun people that do it. That's all it takes. Exactly. That's it, Dan H. I'm taking my toys and going home. And you know what? That's it. Self-reliance. Right? Used to be a time when something broke, we fixed it. Or I found somebody in my town, that could fix it. Barter system. Screw your money. You know what? Fine. I don't, you know what? Worth your weight in salt? Fine. Pay me in salt. Pay me in salt. Sell it on the open market. Make 5 times as much. Yeah, you know that I it's sitting right here, but yeah, there's a large one. Where are they from? Somewhere Switzerland or Bulgaria. They're one of the largest ammo makers now. This they bought up all the ammunition and the facilities and the tooling and all that. They are the world's largest foreign on American soil foreign ammo maker. Yet we're buying ammo from them because we like ammo, and that's, I guess so, or whatever, But that's it. That's the whole plan. Yeah, you really want to get the governments to say, we're sorry that we tried to do all this dumb shit to you. We're sorry. You know what you do? Don't pay your taxes for a year. Everybody, just don't fucking pay your taxes. Don't pay your taxes. Don't go to work. Don't buy gas. Don't go to the store. Yeah, what was it? Mike talks about it. Several preface, right? The walk away. Walk away. Okay. Bye. Bye, Felicia. I'm gonna take my beard and walk away. I'm gonna, and we'll start out. We'll start making our own stuff like we used to. I mean, that's how you do it. And yeah, and this is coming from a non-Christian. Go to church. Everybody go to church. Let's go to church. Make your community. We're always talking about make your community. Well, there you go. Boom. Starts in the church. Starts with all that. What's up, KP Heathen? Boom. That's how you fight subversion. Because then you have a strong morals and ethics and fabric of society that cannot be unwoven. All these little blue hairs and radicals and rebels, right? They'll just die out or they'll assimilate. I mean, oh, you got a neck tattoo? Sorry, I can't hire you. No. What's that rainbow thing on the, what's this rainbow crap? Goodbye. No, no. You're a Chomo sympathizer. That's what that part of the flag means. Yeah, you're a Chomo sympathizer. You like maps. Okay, out of here. I'm not hiring you. You never want to get a job. They'll assimilate real quick then. What do you mean? Yeah, you want to play the victim? Then you'll be the victim. Fuck it. Fuck you then. I mean, seriously, that's why people, back in the 60s, the 50s, 60s, and 70s, they walked a certain way, they dressed a certain way, they talked a certain way, right? Now, I mean, yeah, that's coming from a person that had a fucking mohawk, and I was a wild child. I got in a lot of trouble. I'm still that kind of rebel, rebel without a cause kind of thing. But all these people, that's the thing about angst of youth. They're so easily led to being into that, oh, you want to be a rebel, you want to do something, right? You want to make some kind of statement. Well, here you go. Here's some subversion you can get into, right? And we see where it goes. We see where it goes. First, it starts with little little affirmations, and acceptance, and core theory, and all those things, and all this woke ideology and reprogramming in schools, and the teaching, the doctrines, right? The subversive, the Marxist doctrine. It's the subversive doctrine, the doctrine of subversion. And it creates useful idiots, which are usually young people because they're stupid. We were all stupid when we were kids, me included. I was a fucking idiot. I'm still an idiot. I'm a brilliant idiot. That's all I can say, really. But it's taken me 51 years to be the man I've become now. But kids are stupid. Their mind is not even fully developed until like late 20s. And here they are, 18, 19 years old. I've seen more dirty mop water hair color than I ever have in the 80s. I mean, it's just horrible. It's fucking disgusting. Aesthetically wise, disgusting. At least the 80s, the girls were kind of cute, right? They had the big hair and the one shoulder, whatever, right? It was kind of cute. These bitches are not even fucking cute, and you can't even tell if they're bitches or not. That's the wild thing. It's this whole androgynia, right? The gender, that's it's destroyed. They're trying to literally destroy the fabric of society by blending all this crap, by putting it. It's called relativism. Relativism is the belief that you can be whatever the fuck you want to be, and all that. And it sounds great, right? It sounds great, but no, it's not. Because what happens when you say, oh, you know what? I like this idea of being a furry, or I like this idea of being a tranny, being a woman, or a woman trying to be a man. I like this idea. I'm going to do this. I've always wanted to do this. We kids in their imaginations, right? And then there's always someone to affirm this. Oh, you're one too. Me too. Wow. Hey, let's get together and shit in a fucking litter box together. That's a great idea. Relativism. Oh yeah, by the way, here, read this. It's called Mein Kampf. What? Yeah, here, read this. Rules for Radicals. Huh? What? Hey, why don't you come to a meeting? We're all getting together. All us furries are getting together. We're going to shit in a fucking litter box, and we're going to eat mice, and we're going to talk some shit. Oh yeah, we're black too. All black. We'll call it Black Bloc. We're going to put on Black Bloc and just wear it. And we're going to go to this meeting. We're going to talk about doing some things. We're going to make some changes. What's up, Blue Butterfly? They just like to be a cat. That's where it starts. Anyway. Relativism. There's a reason why. Some resistance. There's a reason why strict kids that had strict parents grew up to be good people. Even if they rebelled, which I did. Even if they rebelled and they had people in their life that were strict on them, that were hard on them, gave them rules, gave them a format to follow. Make your bed, wash your face, neck, and ears, eat your broccoli, right? Do your chores, do your homework, right? Rewards, punishments. These kids are either rebelling against their parents or the parents don't even give a fuck themselves or actually fucking condoning what they do. Oh, Samantha wants to be a cat. Well, hey, yeah, okay, fine. I want to be a supportive parent. Buy you a fucking litter box, a big one. Yep, so you can scoop around in your little fucking litter box and take your dump, right? Oh, you're a cat? Well, you only get cat food. I like that one video where daddy's like, oh, you want to be a cat? Oh, here's some milk. That's all you get. Here's some tuna fish. That's all you get. Here's some cat food. That's all you get at the dinner table. Everybody else is eating people food. And this girl's like, I'm a cat. I'm a cat. Okay, go outside. Can't have no cats in here. So you get to sleep outside. Bye. You know. Here's a laser pointer. I'll lead you out the door. Okay, you want to be a cat? Fine, be a cat. I love that. But that community, that family ties, the chains that bind. I know I'm quoting Fallout. You know, Brotherhood Steel. The chains that bind. Right. The things that make a family. It's the strictness, and there's learning there, right? You learn the consequences of your actions, cause and effect. What a absolute amazing concept. One of the universal laws, a scientific law, a law of this materialistic world and universe, cause and effect, right? You do something. Yeah, if you're the cause of something, you run around, talk shit, and boom, you get punched in the face because you were stupid. Well, guess what? You just learned cause and effect, or AKA FAFO. That's what conflict resolution. That's what school's all about. No, you don't want to offend anybody. No, you don't want to offend anyone. No, fuck that. No. Let's accept everyone. Let's accept everyone. And then label everyone. Huh? What? Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah. So now you have, and where there were two genders, male, female, right, in school, boy and girl. Now there's 5,000. And everybody's got a little name tag with their fucking pronouns on it. Oh, what are your pronouns here today? And you get to pick and choose. However you feel. You can just float around the whole fucking dystopian genre. Try whatever out. Dilly-gab, right? Do I look like I give a fuck? Well, that's the problem. That's the problem with freedom. Shout out to Ron. Dangerous freedom. Freedom is dangerous. Freedom is dangerous. This is the dangerous part of freedom. Because freedom is is giving everyone the respect that they deserved to do what they want to do. The tolerance of freedom. It's a slippery slope. It's that razored edge. I have the right in this country. I have the right to do whatever the fuck I want to do within means. With respect to in respect to what, as long as it doesn't harm anyone or things of that nature. Or go against the government, of course, right? I got to follow. There's a lot of rules and regulations in this freedom, unfortunately, in this land of freedom. But we still have freedom. Say what I want, do what I want, right? Eat what I want, sleep with who I want, right? Wear what I want, right? Watch what I want, whatever the case may be. I can do what the fuck I want. You know, and if somebody gets butthurt about it, fuck you. Do what I want. I'll walk away. Or some states you can have mutual combat. Okay, I disagree with you. You can disagree with me. Let's duke it out. Let's fight. Right? You know. But we allowed this subversive parasite to infect our country and our children. What's up, Blackbird? We've allowed that, and we allowed it. We were tolerant of it. Extremely tolerant. Yeah, people voiced their opinion. What's up, Tuck? We all voiced our opinions. We all voiced outcries, which is good, it's helpful, right? Hey, this, no, 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 that's no good. Nope, nope, nope. Wag my finger. Rabble, 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 right? But we're such a tolerant. We've gotten to the point in our freedom, especially after the Civil War, where we don't want to have any more violence. Yeah. There was some violence here and there. Some Battle of Athens. There, the Smedley Butler campaign after he, his rabble that he did afterwards. Yeah, I mean, so there was a lot of that. Deploy knife hands. Rah, rah, rah. So we allowed a lot of subversive things to infect our children. Infect it. One could say it started in the 60s. The whole hippie movement, that was pretty crazy. It's very similar to what's going on here. Free love. Free STDs. That's what that was about. Free love, free STDs, free drugs. Oh man, yeah, there's a lot of drugs, and we got worse drugs now than we did back in the 60s. What was the drug of choice? LSD and pot, right? And then of course you've seen heroin and PCP. Cocaine's always been a thing. That's the drugs. The main stable drugs throughout history have always been cocaine, weed, and opium. Always. And liquor, right? Liquor, alcohol. Those things combined will destroy you, will make you fucking crazy. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. We all know the barroom hero. What's up, Kanye Corso? We all know the barroom hero. Can't understand a word he says, but he sits at the bar. It's been there for 30 years, but he can outfight everyone, outdrink everyone, and he can pull any woman that he wants. But all he does is drink. It's the drugs. The drugs are bad. Okay, they are. They are absolutely. Now, all things in moderation, of course, right? And used responsibly, whatever that case may be. But the drugs are being used here. Fentanyl. Hey, oh my God, fentanyl. Fentanyl takes any household drug and makes it 50 times stronger. You get the walking zombies. You just don't give a fuck anymore. The degradation of our society is through the drugs, and that's part of it. That is part of it. If they can't, any way that they can destroy civilization, destroy the society, that's going to be done. Drugs is a major part. Cigarettes, beer, liquor, weed. Now, I've always loved the devil's lettuce all my life. You know, yep, the human pinball games. Yeah, keep it coming and going. You don't even know what's going on. Those who are drugged, we're talking drugged, right? Most potheads, I think, most potheads are thinkers. Of course, they don't give a fuck about much. Like, try to fight a pothead. Good. Yeah. It's like fighting. It's like fighting a wet blanket. It's like, you know, uh, it's it's useless, right? Someone that's on alcohol, they'll fucking fight you, and they might even fucking kill you, right? Someone that's on crack, someone that's on cocaine, they're dangerous. Opium, fentanyl, they can't feel pain. You break all their bones, and they're still coming at you. Reminds you of the sappers, yeah, sappers of Vietnam. Butterfly. So that's part of it. Pump up your drug supply. Get them so strung out. What's up, Ace? Get the population so strung out, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know what the fuck's going on. Put fucking nuclear fucking silos in their backyard and they wouldn't even care. They'd go fucking play on it. Yay. Look at this thing. Don't dance on the nuclear warhead. Oh, yay. Right? That's part of the subversion. All of it is. All of it is. So, it's also a way to get in other things. All these dispensaries, all these things, yes, it is a gateway. It is a gateway drug. Marijuana is a gateway drug. So is alcohol. I think the first time I did cocaine, allegedly, I was drunk. Right? I was drunk. Like, fuck it, let's try it. Damn, oh shit, really? Wow. What's up, Rule 2 IC? Yeah, exactly. You don't know what's real and what's fantasy. Yeah. Fuck. Just tripping all the damn time. Chasing the dragon, chasing that high, which you'll never get. And then that makes you that makes you susceptible to suggestions. Oh, would you like some more crack? Go kill that guy. Go break into that store. Go do this. Go do that. I'll give you some crack. Oh, done. Army of crackheads that can run 5 times as fast as you can. And if you hit them, they just pop back up and run. You're like, oh shit. Ever fight a crackhead? It's hard. They're wild. But of course, we know, my generation, of course, that weed, LSD, all these even opium. I mean, that can be used to find a type of enlightenment, to find a type of higher thinking. Yes, it's true. You can, right? We've talked about it before. Getting those higher states of awareness, of enlightenment and awareness through the use of drugs is the easiest way. It's the quickest way, right? Not yeah, you can spend years upon years of learning meditation and deep breathing techniques and mindful meditations, mindful, keeping your mind, all these different things, cure yogas and all that shit, right? You can spend time with masters and ascended masters and learn these things, and it might work out for you and you might get somewhere. But you'll get to this level. When she pops some LSD, boom, you're gone. You've ascended to higher masters. You're looking down on them going, hey, I'm going to the center of the universe. You want to come? Oh, you can't. Oh, okay. So it's ayahuasca, whatever, right? You get it, right? But we know this. We know this, and of course, it's also part of coping mechanisms. Yes, I allegedly I used it. You know, when I got out of the Marine Corps to help me assimilate, if you will, and it did a good rate. It did a great job. You know, one of my greatest memories is smoking weed and playing video games. You know, for days on end. It was awesome. It was great. The best therapy I ever had. But if it's used and weaponized against the youth who are always trying to chase that dragon, they're always trying to chase an experience, right? You know, even if they're, 18-year-olds, they're going even deep, they're going even farther back. They're going in like 9, 10-year-olds. You know, there's 10-year-olds out there that will fucking kill you. They got Glocks and switches and shit. You know, to them, every day is fucking Grand Theft Auto. You know, fuck, what are we gonna do today? You know, hey y'all, let's throw on our hoodies and grab our switches and just blast someone out of their car, and then we'll just do donuts, while out. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Then we're gonna run away into the darkness, you know, and we'll do it all over again tomorrow night. So we've allowed this to happen. We were tolerant of this. And they worked systematically to destroy that family unit, whatever the case may be. However they do, and however they get them, in. I'm from the hood. Everybody got to check. The hood was quiet on the 1st and the 30th. Quiet. Nobody was there. They were all at the bank. They're all shopping. What's up, Rip Curl? Yeah, 1st and the 15th, right? Always gone. Everybody. Quiet. Safest place, safest time in the hood was on the 1st. Because everybody got that check. Now afterwards, it was a shit show. Afterwards, everybody's drinking, everybody's, fighting. Right? It's crazy. Dan H. This is Subversion 101, folks. This is just the beginning. And they go as far as they can. And then they back off. Far as they can, they back off. Until they get us to that edge, to the cliff. And then all it takes is just a little push. Little, and off we go over the cliff. Oh wow, Ace. Yeah. So what we've seen with this assassination is nothing new. Absolutely. What's up, Billy? Nothing new. This is Subversion 101. Yeah, this is Subversion 101. You know, during the Biden era, Biden regime, they talked about imprisoning him. They tried to imprison Alex Jones. They tried to imprison everybody because they just couldn't kill him. It would just be easier just to imprison him. They did imprison everybody from the January 6th. Yeah, they did. Any way to silence the opposition, and set this example for everyone else who might be thinking about taking to the streets, letting their voice be heard. See what's going on in Europe, in Britain? Now they're starting to take to the streets. Shit's going to go down in Britain, in Europe. Mark my words. We all know it's going to happen. But it's gonna. That's what they want. They want the people who have been culturally enriched to the point where they cannot be culturally enriched anymore. It's actually going backwards. there's more cultural enrichment going on and more cultural diversity being born. Replacement migration is in full effect in Europe. It's not Europe anymore. It's something totally different. That's what they want here, but they can't. It's hard to. What's up, Anthony? But what they can do is they can create that diversion. They can create that divide and hopefully conquer. And if it takes them years, it takes them years. Eventually, if they keep going up the ladder, it will happen. What's my favorite? Yeah, my favorite. Chuck. You know, Chuck Norris built the house he was born in. I like that one. Yeah. So there you go, folks. Here's my little rant. I will open up the panel. We can go from there. Yeah, folks. I've been screaming this for, I don't know, 5 years. 5 years. Luckily, I've never had a visit from the Glowies. I mean, even if I did, I'd be like, fuck you, whatever. Well, however you want to do this, right? I'm just a nobody here, but it's the voice, right? What's up, Mac? Maccabeus.
All right, brother.
Skull to you. Skull to you. Good seeing you.
Yes, you too. I enjoyed your message. Preach it up. Preach it up.
Yeah, I just had to get a little rant. You know, I haven't had a lot of rants going on. You know, usually I'm known for my rants. I say, but,
Yeah.
You know, I let everybody else talk, but I figure I'd take this time to just kind of lay it out,
Oh yeah.
throw it on the table.
Let me show you something before you get started. This is your sheath. I don't know if did I tell you all about it yet?
Oh shit! Oh my god! Here we go, folks. Check this out. Damn! Wow.
This was originally the sheath for that SP-10, the Marine Raider Bowie, and it's still the same length, but the blade well stopped clear up here. And that's why I had to put the canvas on there, because I had to extend the well on down inside. And it's got 2 points of to secure it, the knife itself. This is one of them decon containers, and it's got 2 points to secure it. See the D-ring I put on it for the snap? It's got a snap that's off of a Sidekick shoulder holster from a 357. It's got an adjustable strap here on the front, and it's run through the MOLLE on the back.
Oh. Wow! Oh yeah, let me see the back. Let me see the back of it. I could mount that any way I wish.
Yes, sir. And if you want something lower to attach with, I can put one more strap at the bottom, maybe. But I think it'd be pretty secure. I mean, you can strap from where my fingers, in between my fingers.
Yeah. Amazing.
Of course, it's got the belt loop up here at the top.
Wow.
It'll probably be after the 3rd next month where I can ship it to you. But if you want anything else added to it, just let me know. I'm also waiting on a stamp. I got a leather stamp. I can stamp leather or do a permanent ink pad. And I figured I'd put my emblem on the front right here. It's a pirate with a hat, kind of like, well, I ain't got my shirt on, kind of like my Maccabeus emblem.
Okay. Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be in by next week and I can get it stamped and then it's ready to ship. I'll just have to wait for payday.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
All right. So let me show everybody what the knife.
Yeah. Yeah. Show the knife.
All right. Yeah. So here's the knife. Oh,
That is badass.
yeah. So here's the knife. Kind of a custom modification. The knife was given to me by Captain Crappy. It had a terrible handle. I reshaped the handle and I put powdered rubber, epoxy powdered rubber. I got to do some more there, but it's really grippy. And then I blued the fuck out of the blade, absolutely super blued it and buffed it so that you could see the hammer marks. This is a forged. It was a spring steel. Yeah, a spring.
Leaf spring.
A leaf spring. Yeah, thank you. It's thick as hell. It's a big ass knife. I love
Hell
this
yeah.
thing. My sacks, my Viking sacks. So yeah, this knife, and this is the knife, the sheath that he's talking about, that he's showing everybody. So,
Your knife is 1.5 inches longer than the Marine Raider Bowie.
is it really?
Yeah.
Damn. Wow. So thank you, Maccabeus. Wow, amazing. I have
sir.
some things for you. Rescue. How are you
I'm
doing,
honored to make
Rescue?
it for you.
Doing
Bro,
awesome. Dude, that sheath looks badass.
I'm telling you, Maccabeus
Thank you,
is an
Rescue.
artist. He is an artist. Okay, absolute artist. I am honored to have a custom made piece from Maccabeus.
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Going in and knowing that I can go into the Armageddon armed to the teeth with my favorite knife in my sheath, and I mean, amazing, bro. Thank you very much.
Canadian,
I'm honored.
Billy?
I'm honored for your friendship, brother.
Thank you, man. Thank you. And I'm gonna give you camelback. I got some camelbacks for you. I have them processing and drying, and some other odds and ends that I picked up at the surplus store that I thought was very neat, interesting. You could probably do something with.
Cool.
So,
Scott.
yeah.
I dig the hat, Mac.
Thank you. How you doing, Rescue?
Pretty damn spiffy, sir.
I don't know what the camo pattern is, but I sure love the shit out of it.
Man, it looks like it's
Makes
gonna
me
breathe
feel like I'm
good
in
up there, too.
Vietnam.
Right?
Yeah, you
got
get the one
Mine
side
doesn't breathe up
filled up.
there, though. Man, mine's solid up at the top, and that shit will get hot quick.
I like, that's all mesh. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Ooh. I've got a Aussie boonie cover like that. It's that size, but it's all one. There's no mesh in it. But I use it as I put like a ghillie suit head on it, so that's what it does. But it's as big as that. It looks like an Australian boonie cover, is what it looks like. Yeah,
That's
it's just
cool.
wide brim. Yep, badass, dude, badass.
That's awesome, Kane.
Good to see you, Rescue.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Good to see you. I'm glad you're doing good. I like that getting around without that cane.
Yeah.
Feels good, don't it? It's kind of like freedom.
Yeah. I usually do about 1.5 mile walk every evening. I didn't this evening because I was waiting on this live stream, but I can take a day off. I do have surgery Tuesday. They decided they want to put a port in my chest for the infusions. I've been doing them just through my arm. And I guess they got to get all the money they can out of Medicaid, so they're going to go ahead and put a port in my chest. So,
what's up, Joe?
Yeah, figure out. Oh wait, did we use that? We didn't use that part. Well, let's do that then. Yeah, that's more money.
yeah.
Oh, and I don't know if this will work. Let's see how this works. Yeah. Oh well, yeah.
Oh. Wait. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Hey man, it's a work in progress.
Just be careful. Yeah. Be careful. Whoa, boots!
Oh yeah.
Look at these boots.
I like that.
Yep. These are Merrells.
Merrells.
Yeah.
Those look badass.
I used to have a pair just like them.
That would have probably been easier to take the damn thing off. Oh well, we live and learn. Yeah, this is
Hell yeah.
Merrell.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Oh, that looks a lot like my Danners. The Danner style.
Yeah.
Well, we talked. And
Danners-
I went to look. at
Danners
it.
is what I wear.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
I love the
swing the
Danners. Oh, wow. I kind of like that. Wow.
Yeah.
It's got like the reinforced toe. This is
Yeah.
what the reinforced toe looks like after being used a lot.
It's got water resistant, on the padding here and stuff. And so far
Yeah.
it's comfortable, but like me and the missus kind of laughed when she came home because, dude, every time I go buy a pair, everybody goes, "So how do they feel?" And it's like, well, they feel great, but I mean, they're brand freaking new. They better feel great. I mean, what kind of question is that? It's like,
Yeah.
what happens to these poor things after my 270, 280 pound ass walks on these for
Yeah.
a couple months? And then all of a sudden, well, that sole kind of collapsed.
Yeah.
Got me some compression socks.
Ooh, the copper
yeah.
fit. The copper fit. Yeah, the copper fits are interesting.
And dude,
Okay.
these things, they make a difference. I mean, I felt them when I just put them on and then I sat down, my legs stopped being so cold.
Wow.
And it was like, oh, cool. Okay, I'm digging this. I do have to, it's kind of funny though. I'm having to kind of learn to walk, if that sounds kind of crazy, but
No,
because
I love
No.
it. I love it.
it's been like so long to have that flat surface that I stand on.
Yeah.
When I first stood up, I was like, oh wow, this is like I'm having to learn to walk again.
Wow, man.
When I started being able to put boots on here about 4 weeks ago, my walking it started improving. Just wearing boots, it really did. It helped a lot.
Well, that's why
I
I did
can-
this. I'm hoping.
I can start doing kicks now. I figure by next summer I'll be able to do roundhouses again.
Yeah,
Oh, look at you.
yeah. That's right. You got your primary, and then you got your alternate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hudson Valley, what's up, Mike? Wow, man, that's great, gentlemen. That's amazing. That's amazing. So my plan this weekend, if I don't do anything, if I don't go anywhere, is I'm going to ruck it out. I'm going to do a big ruck.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
you go.
And I'm probably gonna start. I'm probably gonna take the hill with the pack, but I'm not gonna run it. It's gonna, right. I weighed the pack that I have. It's 53 pounds.
Oh, damn.
Is that your new pack?
Yeah, the new pack, the Mole 2, I think it's called. Right, Dan? Is that what it is? Yeah,
Yeah.
the Mole 2. So yeah, yeah. I'll be
What's up,
still
Hudson Valley?
fixing that. Got airsoft with the Prepared Irishman Sunday. Ooh, really? Ooh. Oh man, I'd love to shoot the Prepared Irishman. That'd be great. I'd love to shoot you too, Mike. Yeah. I am a beast. You give me
That's
an
funny how that
airsoft
came
and
up, though.
paintball. Yeah, I am a beast. It was
It was funny though how you said that. Oh, I'd love to shoot Irish. It's like I want to shoot his ass.
airsoft, paintball and airsoft, right? I was a big paintball airsoft player back in the day, and I didn't give myself the nickname. They gave it to me. They called me the Scourge. I was like, really, the Scourge? Yeah. The paint,
the Scourge.
the Scourge. Yeah. So in some circles, yeah. If you ask the Misfits or Myrtle Beach PD, the Seven Brothers. They all know who the Scourge is because I would come down from the clubhouse and just lay wait.
I used to have a Tipman way back in the day with the sniper barrel on it.
Oh
They
yeah,
used to screw around though.
yeah. I had a cheap. Everything I had was less than $200. That's what pissed everybody off, because they've got thousands of dollars worth of gear and all this stuff, and I just got I had a MR1, I think it was called, with an electronic trigger, a used electronic trigger. I bought a electronic hopper that was used. I had a remote with a tank. I had an old Camelback, and that's what I wore. And I had a belt with hoppers, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all I had. And I would go with yes, I would actually play in flip-flops. I would. Flip-flops and shorts in Myrtle Beach. It's hot, 90 degrees weather. I'm just running a gun and just bah, 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 right? yeah, probably, usually no shirt, and of course the mask. I had a good mask. But yeah, yeah, I got my ass kicked a few times. But I was always the last man standing. Always.
That's what
Always.
matters. That's what
So
matters.
I'm bragging now, so I'd love to get back in it. But you know what? It was very expensive. Like every weekend, man, I was spending like close to $80 to $100 a day in like fees and paint and all that stuff, man. You know, it was horrible. I mean, I spent my whole paycheck in one weekend just playing paintball or airsoft.
Well, I
That's better than
acquired
blowing it
mine.
all
I
on
didn't,
weed.
I didn't buy mine. I just kind of acquired it through some other exchanges, and it was just one of those and I was like, oh, cool. It had the cool little curly cord with the remote tank, and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and it was actually funny. If I brought the missus in here, you would hear her laugh coming down that hall when we talk about the airsoft gun, the Tippmann gun. So this is going to make me sound like a bad parent, but I think statute of limitations has expired since my kid is like 31 now. But so when he was little and I got that Tippmann, well, we used to go out and we would shoot it, and had that sniper barrel, man. And it was cool to watch the paintball because you could watch it literally lift up with that sniper barrel, because that's the whole point of it, was the curvature of that barrel would make that ball spin and carry up, and then it'd go down. So one day we were out here, we were shooting that, and I said, hey, Matt, I give you $5 if you stand over by the truck. I'll pop you with this. He said, really? I said, yeah, I'll give you $5. He said, okay. So he went on the other side of that truck, son. I popped him in the calf with that Tippmann, son. To this day, if I were to mention Tippmann, he's gonna go, yeah, give me $5 just to shoot me.
Hey, yeah, he agreed to it though, so
That's it.
it's a hard-earned $5. So
He said, okay. So he went on the other side of the truck. I popped him, but put a whelp on him.
oh
He
man,
said,
it's good.
oh man. And then he wanted to shoot his sister. I'm like, no. This is where
No.
we're ready to terrorize his sister with that bad boy. What's up, kiss off?
I did that with my my nephews, nieces and nephews and cousins when they were growing up. Just I started them out with just airsoft, the plastic pellet guns, and we had a blast in the woods, right? And then they would graduate. I was like, "You guys ready?" Yeah, I mean, because I was teaching them a little bit of take cover, take aim, take over, run. Don't be a target. Don't go freak out. I had one little cousin that's what he would do. He would just run. We just all shoot at him all at the same time. Finally, they all figure it out. Okay, hide, and then shoot. Oh, yeah. Then they started like getting me. So that when they got to that point, I took them to the paintball range. Man, I was like, all right, this is going to be chaotic. Just stay with me. Right. If I get hit and you're the only one left in the game, I'll be off on the sidelines. I'll be coaching you, your way through. Just you'll have fun. You'll have fun. Just keep your head down and run. You do everything that I taught you. Right. And they had a blast. Oh my God.
What's up, Assateam?
Assateam, DJ. What's up? Yeah, paintball, airsoft. Man, oh my God. Yeah. I got them one day. They didn't have a gun, and they all wanted. They said, "Okay, hey, we want to play airsoft." Okay, and so I was like, "All right, I'm gonna go out in the woods and hide, and y'all come get me." Let's go to the woods. So they came to the woods. They didn't have guns. I had a gun, and I just started shooting. They're just like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "You gotta hide. You gotta hide." Right. And they were hiding. One, of course, was running around. I was just tagging his ass. But the one, he was clever. He was dangerously clever. He was probably 11 years old, 12 years old. And he hid. And he started finding things. It was in the backyard of my uncle's house. He started finding things and throwing it in my general direction. And so I'd be like, I was like kind of next to a tree. I wasn't even taking cover because there was no reason for me to take cover, right? So yeah, he's throwing sticks, he's throwing this, and I'm like, oh look, here it comes. And I'd move out of the way. Well, he found a softball and he threw it. And I'm like, I seen his arm pop out. I tried to get that shot, and I seen the softball coming, and it just bam right on my nose, broke my nose. I was like, oh damn, oh game over. You win. You didn't even have a gun. He still talks about it to this day. How he beat me, in airsoft without a gun. So,
Caveman ways. Just pick up the round object and throw it.
he did, and he was hiding. It was good. I had to lose what? I had to lose some air out of his ass cheeks. What the hell are you talking about, kids? Oh no, I'm afraid. I'm afraid to ask. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be careful of that door.
Rob,
So how was your day? How's your week been, Chad?
just grueling and long days, 10, 12-hour days.
Has it been hot up there or cool or
It's been around in the 80s, if not in the 70s.
is that normal for y'all?
That's the way it's been here. We even had a few nights that got down in the 40s.
Yeah, we had that. We had some chilly nights.
We had like two that it dipped down and we were both like, oh, cool. Of course, it went away. It's Texas. Don't get too excited. If it was nice right now, give it an hour. It's liable to change.
I think it's supposed to be back in the 90s here tomorrow and for about a week. It's supposed to get warmer.
Yeah, we were in the 90s. Oh, Rabbit said 98 Missouri today. So is that about
I don't know
you
what
were
it
at?
got to today. It was pretty warm out today.
I think it got like 83 today. It was only supposed to be like 78, but it showed like 83. Damn.
I got my new camper paid for. I sent the money to him and he filled out the title with my name, sent me a picture back of the title, and I'll go down next weekend and get it. It's a
hell yeah.
1941 16-footer camper.
Yeah, I see pictures of this, folks. It's pretty badass.
Is it one of the Slipstream styles?
No, it's kind of a square box in a way. The corners are slightly rounded, but it's mostly just a square box. It's got a metal siding. It's not aluminum like most campers. It's pretty heavy duty. There's no leaks on the inside. The inside's it's rough, but it's doable. I mean, it's not falling in or nothing like that. It's still got the cabinets and the beds are gone. I'll have to build bed and stuff like that, but it's perfect for pulling behind my little Honda Pilot SUV.
Hell yeah. That's awesome, dude. You'd be
Yeah,
low
I seen pictures of this thing. It's a blank slate.
Yeah.
It's a blank slate. So I'm looking forward to see what happens.
Yeah.
You got it posted. You got pictures, Mac, on your
No,
page?
I'll send you some.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait to show it off till I do a video and I decide what I'm gonna do. Well, I got to get it home first. I'm gonna go down and get it next weekend.
Hell yeah.
It's about a 2-hour drive down there, so I'll be gone at least probably 6 hours.
Oh wow.
Little half a day run.
Yep. So you're gonna run electricity in it. You're gonna run propane.
Yep.
Run some propane in there. Wow, man.
I've got a 3-way refrigerator that runs off 110, 12 volt, or propane.
Hell yeah.
Wow. Are you gonna do solar panels? Interesting. Uh-oh. What happened?
I think I glitched out.
Yeah, you glitched on us. Yeah, the question was, oh, you're still glitching. Nope, you're good. Okay. Mac, are you gonna entertain the notion of solar panels?
Yes. Yep, I've got two 250 watt panels, a charge controller, and 4 batteries already to go with it.
Oh wow. Very cool.
Yeah, I bought them about 4 years ago for my building. Well, they're just general use for whatever I need them for, but it's easily portable. I can take everything, put it right on the camper. Then when I'm back home, I can take them off if I need them here. The main thing I run off of them here is my security camera system and my on-demand 12-volt pump for my water supply. But
Wow.
I'll use all LED lights, so I can power probably 2 or 3 lights while the camera system's running and stuff like that. It's 160 amp hour, 4 batteries. They're 40 amp hour batteries. They're not real big. They're only about that big, but it's better than not having anything.
This is true. Very true.
Yeah, wire them all together and you get 160 amp hours.
Damn. Wow.
It'd be perfect for that camper.
Yeah, so you gotta build a little enclosure for them and run the
Yeah.
wires and some telemetry and all that craziness. Wow.
I'll probably put a small gas generator on it too, just to have. You know, I'm not real big into gas because gas isn't generally replenishable in the apocalypse. So as long as there's gasoline around it, you know, I can run a gas generator too if I need to.
Right? I mean, yeah, talk about redundancy. Wow.
That I think I glitched out when I was telling you about the refrigerator. I got a refrigerator that's 110, 12 volt, and propane. It'll run off all 3 of them. So they come out of a camper I junked out years ago.
Wow. That's pretty cool. She's not here, but Little Lone Prepper. Well, I don't know. Her setup is pretty cool. What's up, Chance? I don't want to talk much about it, but she basically had she had a small little refrigerator for like condiments and stuff like that. But most of her like supplies was like canned goods or canned goods. You know, and that's that or you know, self-storage, you know, storage statement, you know, like your noodles and rice and stuff like that, you know, your spices and herbs. So I was like, wow, okay. And then if you know Van Life with Gina, following her little setup that she has, she's got like I think at one point in time she had like a deep freeze in there that she you know, it was like her bed, deep freeze, you know, and then she just pull stuff out from there. I thought that was crazy. What's up, Chance Paladin? So yeah, I like, and I got a big SUV, right? So that was my idea too, is to get a trailer, yeah, just a trailer, just to put stuff in it, you know, haul extra stuff. But I like this idea of setting up some kind of like living thing. Rescue, what's up?
I was going to point out Ghost was set a link to join the shenanigans.
Oh, yes. Okay. Boom. Boom. Boom.
Yeah, that's kind of how I started my mind. I got thinking about one of them little utility trailers that enclosed, so I could take my stuff with me whenever I travel. And it just kind of grew from there. And I started getting other ideas. I was looking at some pop-up campers, and I'm not fond of that. It's about like sleeping in a tent. It's not real secure.
I lived in one. I lived in one for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd hate to be sleeping up there and somebody come hack through with a samurai sword and chop me up in bed.
I mean, it was nice, you know, during the summertime, you know, you got this like basically a wire mesh around you, you know. It was kind of noisy though, but yeah, everything just collapses down, you know.
What's up, sir?
What's up, Canadian?
Oh, you know what, Canadian? It couldn't see. This is like perfect. Here you go, buddy. Skull.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it number 4 with jalapeno.
Oh Lord!
Fuck, I miss Whataburger.
Yeah, just rub that in a little bit there. Show you a little Whataburger action.
Damn.
See, I spared them all the misery earlier. I just said I had a burger and fries. I didn't say from where.
Almost ordered an orange pair of those sneakers.
Oh, really? damn, you're gonna get you some burger shoes.
Oh God.
That's a
Whataburger.
Canadian cooked on Texas Whataburger.
Oh, okay. I see.
Actually, I
That's where
was,
his name
Canadian.
comes from, right? That's where his name comes from. That's a Canadian Texan. That's Canadian. That's a
I was talking to my buddy. I was talking to my buddy near Palestine this week. I messaged him after a few of this shit went on, and I said, "Man, the world is a fucked up place."
Well, you know what? Here's the truth of it. It always has been.
Yeah, just there's times when we even exceed our stupidity, and our nonsense. There's times when, you have to catch. I watched his wife's speech tonight, and you know what? Even my wife said, that lady's going to carry on his tradition. She's a smart lady, well spoken, and it's just when stuff like this happens to humanity, we lose.
I think what stands out with him, or at least I know for me, and what kind of really sets it apart is the way he carried himself, stood him out from all the other type of events that had gone down. Like this, he didn't drink, he didn't go out, he wasn't a partier, he didn't have that history. He literally started that company at 18, and he repeated himself. He stayed on point since he was 18, and you watched his family, his marriage, they loved each other. They showed it. They were very open about it, his kids. And and that's one thing that people have really, if you listen to a lot of the little things that people have been saying about him is that it's just, no matter where, if you were walked around, he would just go, is everything all right? Anything I can help you with? He just was so friendly. And I think that's what made him so lethal, because, and I don't know if I'm going to say this just right the way I think, but it's like, if you come at me and talk about the abortion, well, I can be at a level, but there's going to probably be a point in the exchange of the conversation where I get loud and I'm going, no, it's because I'm one of those kind of people, I have that personal, he never did. If you think about it, that's never how he addressed any of them. And that's what made him so lethal. He didn't react. He just answered. And then if it's like, okay, you're really just dead set, he just would smile and go, okay, next. And he would just talk to somebody else. He never did the shit talk. And
he was a big dude too. He was a big dude.
Oh yeah, I want to say what, 6'4" or something? 6'5"?
Right. An all-American, straight-laced conservative. I mean, wow.
Well,
was
it
the
was
definition.
even for me up here. I mean, even my daughters, they're in their 30s, when they heard this, they were like visibly shaken. They were like, what's going on in the world? They watched that little girl get stabbed in the train or whatever it was, and nobody helped her, and they said to me, Dad, like, what's wrong with the world? I said, well, every once in a while, it rears its ugly head and shapes all of us.
I just heard about I think it was either this morning or it was late last
to put
night.
it in perspective, I mean, if I may, this happens all the time.
We just had a dude beheaded up in Dallas. That's what I was going to say. There was a dude at a motel. Two guys got in an argument, and the one turns around and goes into his room, comes out with a machete, starts swinging it. The dude takes off to run, and he probably might have made it away, but then he tripped over the curb by the front office, and the dude literally just started whacking away at him until he chopped his head off. I mean, this is the psyche in the public out there.
It's dangerous.
It's not the blue-haired nose ring ones only. This is doctors. These are educators, teachers, social workers. All kinds of people are just, this is actually what's exposing just how mind-jacked. People thought they could spot them by physicality. And it's like, no, look at the cheering. You're not going to spot that. You're seeing it now because they're showing it to you.
There's something that always gives it away, but we don't always see it right off the bat. And then we do after.
Evil people. I think that's what made him a big target. And I will say, by point, I noticed that like when the governor and all these people have talked about all the writing on the shells, the governor was the only dude that mentioned the drawing, but everybody talks about if you read this, you're gay, or the furry comment. that symbol that governor talks about, I think it's the mid one where he talks about the 2 arrows up and 3 down and stuff. That's Rose City Antifa logo.
Ah, yeah.
Like that's, you can go look at pictures of Rose City Antifa carrying their big banner flag with that symbol. That's their thing. Well, I kind of just my take, because some interviews and his parents said, I mean, this dude won a scholarship. So, I mean, this wasn't a stupid kid. He won a scholarship to college. He went 1 semester and then he dropped out and he became isolated in his room. He didn't talk. What it is he went and got indoctrinated.
Right. If he did it. I mean, I'm not convinced that he did it.
See, I'm pretty sure though, man, because that's some big, wild shit to be a dad. And you're going to be the dad that calls your minister and says, look, I need some support with this, but my son's the one that just did that. Because it was the dad and his minister turned him in that drove him to the.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, to be a dad to make that call, dude, that's hardcore.
And I think it's a little too coincidental that they got all the video with the shirt on, and it's him. You know.
Well, and they found him with the same clothes. They had tracked him where he had the shorts and the outfit in the car as he came. And then they lost track. He changed clothes. They see him come up after he jumps from the building. And then they found the Discord message where he literally is telling his buddy how he stashed the gun in the woods. I don't know how many people know that, but there's
How
actually
did
a
he do
Discord conversation.
There's just a lot of things to this. Like I said, this is just like the JFK assassination. There's a lot of things that just don't make sense. How did he stash the gun?
Well, I mean, from what I've read is that model gun that he had can be quick barrel changed pretty fast. So you can just break that off and then stick it right beside it.
The video they have of him limping before the incident is they figure he had the gun down his pant leg.
Well, there is kind of a balance. Somebody mentioned though that. So was that going to the shooting or was that coming from it?
Going to the shooting.
Yeah.
Somebody's ring cam caught him walking, limping. Could they figure he had the gun down one leg?
Yeah, and if you've seen the gun, there's a lot of questions with the gun too. For one, how did they load it, and how do you the scope stops the bolt action. You can't chamber a round. You can't even eject the round.
How is that scope even sighted incorrectly?
I mean, yeah, what the fuck? I mean,
Well, you could duct tape a scope to one and sight it in though if you took the time to do that. I mean, I think he's set up. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think it was like the Fed thing. I think he was set up personally. I think he was set up by Antifa because you've got people in that Rose City group that have been there for over a decade, and this dude just shows up, and you're going to get this done. And this is their perfect patsy.
Right. So Antifa,
Patsy. I don't think he's the shooter.
He was an adamant opponent to Ukraine. I'm sorry. I'll wait. Go ahead, Matt Chad.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Mac.
He was an adamant and outspoken about Ukraine. He was against Ukraine. And there's even Ukrainian politicians that was running their mouth about him. So we know how corrupt they are. And that just knowing that causes me to question the whole narrative.
Mm-hmm.
I do find it weird though, because people, and I don't know how I feel about the dude with the white hat. I can see it. But then again, the first time I heard that, the first thing that came to mind was, but if I take a picture of the sky and I go, do you see that? And you're going to go, well, yeah, it's a pretty looking sky. Go, you don't see the rabbit? What do you mean? You look at that cloud. You don't see how that cloud looks like a rabbit? Oh, yeah, I see it. You know what I'm saying? So you can kind of
diversionary.
Well, and that's so people go, oh, the white hat seemed tipping. Well, I don't know. You can kind of do that, but it can also fit because it was kind of weird. It's a trans conversation going down. And this happens, and then it's a one shot done. That's it. And I don't think he had any intention of reloading.
There's so much stuff going on behind the scenes politically with the investigation into the auto pen thing going on, a couple other things that are going on there. Could this have been done as a diversion for that? You never know what goes on in the world.
Well, I
Oh,
still
yeah.
think this November is kind of important, at least for Virginia, New Jersey, because I was having a conversation this morning and told somebody I'm still blown away by this. Just shows my ignorance. In 60 years, I did not know this was a thing, because in Texas it's not, but it just shows the difference in states. But like Virginia, New Jersey, dude, they're fixing to re-elect their whole House delegate. And see, and I didn't know that was a thing, that a state literally, like your legislative body, hey, this year we're voting new legislators in. It's like, wait, what? Because see, here we just do them just like you see the president kind of thing in terms, and it's little beats and pieces here. We don't ever do the whole House. Well, like Virginia and New Jersey apparently are doing the whole House. That's like 100 seats and 80 seats in an election. You're literally changed the dynamic of a state with that kind of election.
Wow.
That shined all kinds of lights on a lot of this shit for me, because I'm like, you want control? You have these things available. How many other states get to do that? And then you wonder where all these stories and conspiracies and side distractions come from. Well, no wonder you don't want the populace. They can de-seat your happy ass in a matter of a few years if they got together. Can you imagine what would happen if the majority of New Jersey citizens got together in communication right now, just on a common goal of, we don't want any more of this? All of a sudden you have a whole new legislative body in the state of New Jersey, dude. That would flip that state upside down. And that's just crazy to know that just sits right there. It's been that way. And it's like, wait, what?
What's up, Native Voice?
Native Voice. I saw a native video. I thought it was very, very tasteful. Nicely done, sir.
Yes, indeed.
Cha-cha-cha.
What's up, Cha-cha? And so, I wanted to say earlier is, everybody's like, okay, I see the, there's a big there's a strong connection with you said the Rose and Anquifa. All of Anquifa and Blim have ties to the old Weathermen, the Weatherman group. Remember those guys? The Weatherman group. Where do they have their ties? I mean, so if you trace all of their lineage in Blim and Anquifa, there's somebody from the Weathermen that handles them. It's like their handler. It's like they all became professors. They all became college professors, philanthropists, shit like that. They all work for fucking. They create it. They are the one. They are the creators. They are the elders of the wokeness, of the subversion, and of course they are Marxists. Right, so I mean that's how it is. They're straight up trying to create the Marxist revolution. That's what they've always tried to do. So, Book
Pepper Book Club.
What's up, Book Club?
Hey, Nick Easy.
Yeah, they taught him everything. They taught him everything. And it's right from the. I mean, what was his name? Wrote the Rules for Radicals, right? Saul Alinsky. Yeah, that's their whole lineage. They have a lineage. We forget that. We forget that. Oh, it's just some new group. No, this is old. This is very
intentionally subverted. I remember whenever this cut like things in 16 when they started bubbling. People would jam up like old Jerry Nadler about the Quitifos, and he'd be like, "Oh, that's just a myth. It's just made up." It's a total denial of the existence of them.
Yeah,
and never realized the total importance of that until we're getting to these times, and it's like this is how the whole little cancer has embedded itself.
Mm-hmm.
What I don't understand is that people can track where the money for the support comes from, but nobody ever does anything about it.
No, there was a thing out today. Trump is having the DOJ look at the RICO Act for George Soros.
Oh wow! I mean, he's already wanted in like several countries. He's a wanted man. Even he's from Belgium. He's wanted in Belgium. They want
but they always play nice. I would like to think that if something come up with that, just like there'd be this weird little vacation that he happened to take, and it went to Hawaii, and we just got him while he was there, and it'd be like, yeah,
right.
Convenient.
Yep, they're so insulated. They're so insulated. They have top-notch security from governments that sign it, or their former, right? I mean, it's so they're absolutely insulated. And wherever they go, it's all asset, transportation, principal transportation. They don't expose themselves at all. They live in this, in
Protected.
this like protected bubble, protected corridor. Everything is, handled for them. And yeah, they have all that money, all the money and all the influence. All they got to do is make a phone call and, boom, they're going to Dubai. They're going to, with full fucking, full security detail,
And
Well,
and us
text
trying to
message.
get through an airport in a decent amount of time is like a task.
Yeah, they
Glad
just walk through.
Bye.
You don't even see them. You don't even see them. They drive their convoy onto the airport on the tarmac. They jump in their plane. They're gone. You don't. Nobody ever sees them. Nothing's ever checked. That's how they roll. It's different rules for them.
Hell, man, some of them have the damn airport behind their house. They just
Right.
take off from there.
Oh, right. Somebody says, "Hey, I'll pick you up in my helicopter on your front lawn of your mansion, and fly you fly you to the private fucking jet, private airport, and we'll go from there."
As many times as I've flown into Dallas, DFW, I've actually seen Bill Walton there. And when I came out the baggage claim one day, who's standing there? Dennis Rodman.
That's right.
I swear to God.
Bet you felt special.
I said, "How you doing, dude?" And how he doesn't set off a metal detector, I don't know.
Surgical
Right.
stainless steel.
Yeah, he got so much metal in his body, on his face. other
He's
parts.
good friends with Kim Jong Un, North Korea.
Right.
That's right. Yeah,
He's good friends with Madonna too.
Yeah, that's part of their
Slapping
That-
rice cakes and smelling queefs.
Isn't that like a subgroup of the freak group?
yes.
Plus the eating
Their
fucking
their
veggies.
parade of debauchery.
Right.
Yeah, they make it mainstream.
Twat waffles.
Ain't heard that one in a while.
Like Native says, it's they created this culture, and they take this culture and it infects. It's a parasite that weaves itself in, especially into our children, especially into the youth.
It's a tapeworm.
Well, I do believe that's why he was such a big threat, because he was the bridge to the next generation. He was closing that gap. He was
Mhm.
talking to them, and that's one thing me and the missus were talking about. If you go back like a year and a half or 2 years, 3 years, you'll hear a lot of back and forth, like during the most of his
I
visits.
need to reload.
Right here towards the end, you could actually catch him he was having such an impact. You would hear him going, "Oh yeah. Any disagreements or something, just work your way to the front." And I told her, going, "See, that's telling me that what started out as the disagreements were up front, he has slowly been talking with so many that those disagreements have slowly migrated to smaller groups." And it just, that's one sad thing for me, is because I whine about it all the time. Little man is my thing nowadays. My grandson, I see him and it's just kind of a real epiphany moment when I see my son sitting there playing with my grandson. It kind of helps me connect a lot of dots. And I worry about what's the world in 15 years when he's a 17-year-old young man going to enter into the world. What's available? What's it going to look like? That's,
Yeah.
that dude
I mean,
gave me light. At least now
How dystopian is it going to be? How what the influences, the peer pressures, will he have that intestinal fortitude and the wherewithal and the wisdom that you're going to impart upon him to be able to go, no, I'm not, help him navigate through this world of debauchery and violence, will he have that? We
That's what I
all hope he does. Yeah.
because that's what Charlie Kirk to me represented. He was talking to that generation,
Yeah.
So the people
Yeah.
that are going to be running shit in 15, 20 years, that's them, whether we like them
Yeah.
or not. That's them. And so he was the one, and I think that's why he was such a serious threat.
Yeah.
If
He
you
was
watch
turning
some
back
of
the
his,
tides. He was
his
turning
talk-
back the tides. He
his
was.
talks over the years,
They
We're
couldn't
pretty
win an
good.
argument against him either.
Do what, Ghost?
Said they couldn't win an argument against him either.
No.
his talks got
Down
better
with
and
fact
better.
and truth, and they couldn't handle it.
And did it without any of the emotional response.
Yep.
Just factual, on point, polite, smile on his face. Nope. It's
Yep.
just that's what we need more of. And I don't know, man. That's going to be a
Direct and to the point. Gets them every time. They can't handle it. They need emotion. They feed off the emotions. They can't get emotions. They lock in place.
right.
Wait,
Yeah.
he don't care? Nope. Here's the facts. Here's the truths. Deal with it.
So I know that everybody's talking about this, the Civil War, the violence, right? What do y'all think that's going to look like? If the worst case scenario, and say they win and they have somehow created the social unrest that they want, and I'm talking about both sides. Both sides give in to violence, right?
Mm.
What does that look like?
The collapse of a country.
It'd be a mess.
I think it'll mostly take place in a lot of the more metropolis areas and outside of them, maybe the greater area of it. I don't think the rural areas will see a whole lot of it other than maybe some occasional attacks on a farm or something like that, similar to what goes on in South Africa and what went on in Rhodesia.
How do I get rid of this?
Yeah.
Oh, man, don't you think that'd be wild? Because so if shit started breaking loose, Orange Man's going to probably declare martial law because that'll be the typical response for this big uprising, and there's so much violence counting her off. Well, the minute he does that, the half that was fighting that half, now half of them fixing to get pissed off going, wait, what? And so then it's going to splinter up, and then you just kind of wonder.
I can sum it up in a simple statement: clusterfuck.
Well, that doesn't even count as a statement. That's just two words. That was very simple.
That's a statement to me. I believe in the KISS method. I like to keep it simple.
Right. Say it ain't so.
Plus, I'm engineering, and then that's a whole shit show.
Right on. I like it, and I like Maccabeus. Yeah, you're right. It'll be something like that. Kind of you. I see more, like I said in my little rant, is I don't see a line being drawn. I don't see a north and a south or an east and a west. I see
grouping.
I see a lot of little groups, right? And of course, we know that the wokeness, the subversion, the subverts, they're gonna try to have their summer of love, right? They're gonna like in Seattle, New York, California, they might try to push out whatever, but then, like I said, both sides. Now you're gonna have this right side kind of patriot movement, if you will, that comes up and comes out and comes in force and engages, and
They won't
just
push out until they run out of big
fucking
screens.
lays waste to them. I mean, that's the thing is there's there's a sleeping giant in this country that you really don't want to wake up, and that's that's the majority. I said this before. It's not a problem until the fathers leave their family to go off to fight and die.
Yeah.
I mean,
America wakes up when soccer mom doesn't take the kids to soccer practice anymore. You've now pissed off middle class America.
yeah.
Batman's
I mean,
upset.
that actually just the core group, that core family value family, that the nuclear family. When daddy says, you know what, family, y'all go stay with grandma and grandpa.
Dad's got shit to do.
Here's your guns. Y'all just, if I don't come back, I did this for you, and that's when there's going to be a problem. But that might be just the solution. But it does muddle the waters, because I've seen it in chat before. I forget. I think it was somebody from the outside is going to intervene. You're going to have NATO. You're going to have China. You're going to have Russia. Hell, North Korea might even come on the scene, right, and start playing
Walmart,
around.
Amazon, you name it.
And what does the military do? While this is going on, it's if they can't have martial law, I mean, they're going to try martial law, but at some point they're just going to be like, fuck it, y'all just do what y'all got to do, right? I can see the military just falling back to their bases and setting up a fortification, don't cross this line or you die, kind of thing. I can see that. I mean, that's where a lot of countries, that's what happens anyway, is like they just pull back. Your law enforcement, your Leos, your National Guard, they're probably just going to disband and go with their families or start their own little group, right? It's basically every man for himself. You're going to have communities. You're going to have large communities that band together. They say, hey, leave us alone. We'll fuck you up, right?
Yeah.
AFO.
I mean,
think
so
it'd be kind of like a bastardized version of balkanization, I think, because I think you'll have, because there's such a difference in states. If things start spinning, you're going to see states actually separate, just kind of like almost was on the verge last time. I mean, it's like, well, this ain't going down here, So I don't know, man. I don't think an outside source, though. I mean, eventually, yes. But I think that'd probably be the worst thing that a outside country could do, would be to start to poke their nose in the middle of the conflict, because it'll be like 9/11 thing. It's like everybody's pissed off.
They don't have to invade. They've already invaded. They've got their Splinter cells. All they got to do is activate. They've already got their enclaves in this country already set up. All they have to do is say, "Hey, let's go. Go take out the." Go take out the power grid. Go take out this. Go take out that. While all this shit's going on, while social unrest is abound, and it's a free for all. Everybody's killing everybody. This is worst case scenario. What they want. This is what they want. This is what the subversions want. They want us to absolutely destroy ourselves. With hate, right? Trust no one. Kill everybody.
I'm gonna mute this for a minute.
And even go ahead.
It kind of fits into what I believe prophetically from the Bible about. I believe America is the whore of Babylon that gets destroyed, and it says in there that it's destroyed because of all the violence. Two things. The two main things is the violence and pushing of the pharmakia. Pharmakia is like the vaccines and
Why can't
drugs and.
What did I fuck up?
Ghost broke it.
No,
Good job.
Just when you bring their comments up, for some reason it shows a black bar. I must have pushed the fucking button. I'm gonna get
Push the button.
I'm gonna get the engineer hammer here in a minute. I'm just saying.
You're gonna turn into a Russian astronaut?
No,
Isn't it like
shit.
You start hitting stuff with a wrench?
I fix you with hammer. Oh, that's not good. Boof. Shit.
Is it true that like 60% of our military is actually liberal?
You know what?
Okay.
I don't think so.
I
I
don't
really don't. I really don't. I mean, really, you know, the military is a lot, is a very self-correcting system. It is. I mean, there, it is volunteer. It's a volunteer military. I think you're going to have a lot of military that just leave. That's it. I'm out. See you later. Ain't nobody got time for this. You know, I didn't sign up for this, right? And they'll leave. But you're going to have your, you know, your core, you know, your core troops that hang in there like fuck it, you know, whatever, you know, we're gonna do whatever you say, you know, follow your word. But
might have been some. You know, I think right now, there's some because there's people from. I know I've seen things from the DOD, the Pentagon, and there's been a couple of officers that Hegseth has already said you're out because they were putting up the celebrating kite posts over the Charlie Kirk thing. So if they are, they better stay hidden because I don't think that's the direction of our military anymore for the moment.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's
Uh-oh.
everyone, you know, telling everybody to chill the fuck out. You know, oh, what happened?
You glitched
Am I
a
good?
little bit.
I glitched. Okay, I'm sorry. I was responding
Oh,
to
I
a
just figure I might be next. Maybe it's going to be in like some kind of series thing.
Right.
Boots and pants and boots and
But
pants.
yeah, I mean, you know, the military is going to take care. They're going to police their own, right? They're going to police their own, and you know, Pete, you know, doing that, you know, just hey, there's consequences to your actions. You know, we're not going to tolerate that. So, you know, yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a good sign.
Well, and I love his rhetoric. You know, he's all about it's like you have a military to have a fighting force. You need a fighting force to be aggressive, mean, in shape. You don't need to be worried about feelings and all this shit. We don't need safeguards. I mean, we need tough people, and that's what it was when I was there. So yeah, I'd
Right.
like to go back to that shit.
Yeah. And for the most part, it always has been. Even through the tyrannical regime, Biden regime, there was still that. There was still the military. They had to watch what they said, right? Watch what they did. But it was more like, hey, nobody's watching right now. You know,
Yeah.
cut the shit, right? You know, and it's our military is really built on small unit leadership. That's our big our saving grace, if you will, is that you have your commander's intent. Yes, you have the generals that say what to do, whatever, but it's ultimately up to the smaller units to police their own and to, you know, interpret the commander's intent. Okay, take that hill. How do we take that hill? Well, let's figure it out. Okay, me and Johnny, me and Mac and Rescue are going to go to the left. Ghost and Canagen are going to go to the right, and you know, that's why we're going to do it. You know, or we're not. We're just going to set back and just, you know, full send on that motherfucker. You know?
Send the chat up the middle.
Right.
Yeah, chat goes right up the middle. Yeah.
They're in top 10 anyway. They don't matter.
Well,
Cannon
I could
fodder.
say I know something's going on because even in our country, they're building a new airport facility in the center of Manitoba, middle of nowhere. There's an anti-terrorist place here, not far from where I live. Very secretive. When you drive by it, it's all blocked off. They're spending millions and millions of dollars in there over the next 10 years. So I don't know what they think is going on, or if this is all part of the talks with because as you guys know, we have the DEW line up north that we've shared for a long time with the United States.
Oh, that's how you fucking remove that.
NORAD. But it seems that we're spending a ton of money on military stuff right now.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, everybody's getting ready. Everybody's getting ready for the big show. The big show. Yeah.
It's the big show. Sorry, I can't do it like the TV does. I don't care.
But to reiterate, it would what they did in the military and during the Biden regime, Biden's military is you had your
Tater Terry.
DEI troops, your DEI, diverse, equity, inclusion troops. They were doing other things. They were doing police call. They were, doing filing paperwork, and the real troops were like training and like y'all go over there and y'all do that. Y'all go do whatever y'all want to do. And we're gonna be military. We're gonna be pipe slingers over here.
Didn't they bring back the ones that he had kicked out that didn't take the jab? Didn't they bring back a lot of them? I know they got back pay.
Some of them came back. They had the option to come back. Yeah.
A majority of them didn't come back because talk about a bad taste in your mouth and not trusting the government afterwards. You're like, oh, okay, you're going to let me back now? Well, fuck you,
Not trusting
You guys
the
have a big
government.
bill that's going through that they want the no tax on tips, no tax on Social Security. That's
Go.
being waited on right now, right?
Ghost, you got the floor on that one.
I thought.
I was just sitting there like, oh shit.
Well,
I mean, I can explain it, but
the thing is with the no tax on tips and the no tax on like overtime pay is the way it works is basically you can only claim, I think it was $2,400. So if you made $5,000 in overtime, you could only claim $2,400 to get the tax write-off. So the rest of that money you're still getting taxed on. It's limited how much you can claim. So it's not like you work 365 days a year and say throughout the year you bank, we'll say $10,000 in overtime. Just big number, I know. You can only claim $2,400 of it. And that works with tips too.
Huh.
So it's not a 100%. Oh, congratulations. You get all your tips tax-free. No. Same with overtime.
Yeah, that sucks.
And you actually have to file it to get it. It's just not given. You do have to do it.
I'm kind of down with the tax on tips, but I'm kind of not either. There's a part of me that goes, man, that's just some bullshit. And I only
cash
say
in
that.
pocket. It doesn't exist.
Well, because, see, that's just it. That's why I'm kind of on the fence because part of me is like, who cares? Because really, if you're tipping in cash, then they don't report that anyway. You'd almost have to be a dumbass to be a waiter or waitress to actually go, wow, I got all this cash. Let me file that.
And someone's already paid taxes on that.
They get you on the cards because then it has to go through the business. And now they go, oh, and what I wonder,
they raised it. Okay.
I asked one of her old coworkers because some of these businesses, like at the casino, when she was at the casino, they would any tips that they got put in that jar got divided up at the end of the quarter. So they would save that up and then they would all get a divided up check that would spread amongst all of them of that. But
the Chinese buffet tip. Yeah. That kind of sucks.
So I don't know. I'm on the overtime thing. I will say that I was really hoping that was going to be across the board, but
oh yeah, me too. I mean, I work 10, 12-hour days. Everybody at my job is like, yes. But now when I tell them this, they're like, oh shit, really? That's it? Shafted again. Shafted again.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like Chuck said, it's better than nothing, but it's still, I do think that he would have woke up middle class America if he had done it on overtime across the board. I think then you would have had 3/4 of America's just be willing to support. Cause that would have put cash in pocket, dude.
Yes. See, yeah, there's always tricks to the trade, right? Yeah. I worked in the service industry before, yeah. And you had to, whatever your credit card at the time, it was whatever your credit card tips were, you had to claim all of that and then if you had cash, you had to claim a certain percentage of the cash tips, right? But you could make up that number. Yeah, like, oh, okay, 30% of your tips, but you only made like $20, so here you go, right?
Well, I'm sorry, but if you're a server, you're in, or I don't care if you're a server. If you're someone that works in a field in which where you're around people, you're doing service, a service worker, legitimate service worker, and someone slips you a $20 bill, there's no reason in hell why you should have to pay taxes on that $20 bill when they already paid taxes on it in their income tax.
Yep.
Fuck that. That's bullshit.
We're paying taxes with tax money.
Yeah. Right. What's up, Cha-Cha?
I'm actually
Hi.
glad I'm not allowed to have overtime.
Hi guys.
Hey,
Hi,
Cha-Cha.
Cha-Cha.
Say it ain't so. Say it
Hi,
ain't
Matt.
so.
One thing we haven't looked at tonight, if it comes to an exchange of hostilities, is the AI, all the data centers, the robotics. Like in Ukraine right now, it's like a proving ground for all kinds of new robotic technology, the drones and shit. And if things kick off here, all that electricity that's needed to run them data centers, somebody owns. And if this stuff starts getting taken down, that's what could bring in a foreign power, or even even bringing in private military type stuff against the people.
We don't have an infrastructure that's capable of supporting that much need.
They're doing it, and we're paying for it.
Yeah. But they can keep pushing and pushing and driving all this AI shit and all this. We do not literally have the infrastructure to handle this.
Guys, can I just say one thing and I'm going to jump off? I know you're getting into a deep conversation and I'm this will be off topic, but I got to get it out of my head so I don't forget.
Okay.
Okay. So I thought of another prep item for your guys' bug out bags, which I think is pretty important.
Beef jerky.
Yeah, beef jerky, of course. And freeze dried sour Skittles.
There we go. Okay, she learning. Gotta have that prepper crack.
So I was just thinking about it the other day, and something that I thought about, and this can apply to even people that aren't in a snow area. So I'm thinking cleats for your shoes, because you know what? You may get deterred from your plan of action of where you're going and maybe end up in a cold environment that you did not expect. And when you have to get water, because you are going to run out of water, you are going to end up close to rivers that are icy with rocks that are very slippery. So I think if you get the sharp cleats, not the cheapie.
I like this idea.
So no Crocs on the ice.
Huh?
So no Crocs on the ice. Is that what you're saying?
No Crocs on the ice. So
I have cleats. I have cleats in my truck.
So let me finish, please. So the ones I used to buy were kind of costly. They were like $75, but they were like mountain, like mountain climbing cleats.
You're
And
talking
for-
I've seen them.
And for
Yeah, you're
real,
right.
for real thick ice, that's what you're gonna want, because those cheapy $20 ones aren't gonna hold up. And also maybe some repair tools of extra things, because I've had those cleats break on me and I've repaired them, but it's a pain. And sometimes you can't find all the little, Sharpies that came off. So I even suggest 2 pairs, honestly, because if you're really traveling and you're in ice, you're not going to want to be on that ice without some sort of cleat. You're just not, especially having to get water. So that's all I got.
No, that's a good point. My boots I wear all year round are studdable.
Yeah, there you go.
And I carry the studs with me.
You
And there's a tool that
Well,
just
see-
locks them right in. It's so easy.
Yeah.
And you can get them. Let me get to the camera. You can go like this all the way to
Yeah.
this on
Get a
those
bunch
things.
of them. You know what?
Oh, I have both sizes.
You know what?
Yeah.
I even used to, believe it or not, it sounds crazy, but I was so worried about my horse. I even had the farrier put cleats on my horse.
I mean, if they got an iron foot, that thing's gonna slide all over the damn place.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be
So
a hell of
it
a
did.
kick. Can you imagine getting kicked by that horse? It's like that
Well-
didn't just like crack your chest, it also left puncture marks.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
but by
meat
the time
tenderizer.
Rescue, My horse.
All
didn't
right.
kick. My horse,
Oh shit! That just hit the floor.
Okay. So,
Your horse never
uh,
kicks.
my horse didn't kick. Rescue.
so
Very
now is the time, folks. Now is
The
the time.
time is now.
The time is now. Now is the time
Bob.
for me to end the live stream. I just got the notification, just got the word. My presence is required elsewhere. So,
Roger that, brother.
maybe later on I'll come on. I don't know. We'll see. But I do thank you everyone so much for hanging out. But yeah, time for me to go.
Roger
So,
that. Later,
Later, y'all.
everybody.
so
Later, all.
Have a good one.
Peace.
Y'all too.
good night.